What is going on, guys? This is Joey Young coming at you with a how-to video today. Today I'm going to show you guys how to put a aluminum T-slot stand together. So I made the jump and I ended up buying a T-slot aluminum stand anyways. I actually built a stand and then painted it and everything, and then I was like, you know what, this thing weighs like a ton, it's 2x4s, and I just ended up buying this. So I'm going to show you guys how to put this together real quick. There is some tips. It's pretty straightforward. I'm going to show you guys how to do it. Alright, so when you guys first buy this, pretty much there's actually a process to do this, and maybe if you guys are interested, or if a lot of you guys are interested, I'll make another separate video in terms of how to do it and how to order and whatnot. But pretty much this is what we're building right there. So there's instructions on here. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you guys each piece. Pretty much everything's cut for you, and it's like IKEA. If you guys built an IKEA thing, literally it's like you put screws in and you just tighten it. It's that easy. Alright, so the most important thing that you'll need in this whole build, if you need anything, is Allen wrenches. Make sure you guys have a pretty good set of Allen wrenches, small and big. I don't know what the size of these are. I just pulled them from a bag. Pretty much a really small one and a really kind of a medium-sized Allen wrench. I got this from actually IKEA because I have a couple of things from IKEA, and I think this is from IKEA from a smaller one as well. Anyways, so make sure you guys have a set of these, or else you won't be able to put this together. So what's next? So pretty much, depending on your stand build, so I'm gonna kind of go over real quick what these are. It's aluminum, very light. It still weighs, everything put together, it weighs under 30 pounds, like 27 pounds or so. So it's still fairly semi-heavy, but it's really durable, and it can basically withstand anything in terms of weight. All right, so here it is. This is pretty much the aluminum stand here. I forget what size this is. This is the smaller size in terms of the dimensions here. But when you buy this, there's different options. So if you look here, there is slots in between every area here. If you want a nice finish, I ended up going with a nice finish, which looks like this here, where the piece that's going to be shown is kind of finished off, but the piece inside will have these grooves here where you end up having to use to connect them. So it's only a few dollars more to get this nice finish. I actually got the suggestion from Chris from Maytech. It's the AutoCAD that you actually have to use to design and then put the stand together. But he suggested this because it's a nicer finish, and I totally agree. I'm glad that I actually went with this. So shout out to Chris at Maytech for suggesting this, and props to you, man. All right, so enough talk. Let's get to the build, actually. So here is the instructions. Pretty much, it shows you an AutoCAD and it shows the dimensions of everything, which is really cool. And it shows you how to put stuff together. Really, I'm gonna be only really using this diagram, and thankfully the manufacturer at Fritz Thor Engineering, they labeled every one, so it's super easy for me to quickly grab and throw pieces together. So depending on where you get it manufactured, they might not label it. So just be careful in terms of pieces that you need to be all four corners like this, or pieces that are finished, because you want the finish end to stick out in the front so that it's showing this finish versus something like this. Okay. All right, guys. So I'm quickly show you guys what are the screws and plates that come into this in terms of the install here. I'm sorry, it's a little bit too close to the bottom. Your main one is going to be these two here for a lot of the connector pieces. These two here are if you have some sort of surface or some sort of plate or thing that's going to sit on top. You'll need these here. Okay. All right. So how does this work? If you look at this, there's a hole in here that goes all the way through, and on top you need an Allen wrench to unscrew this piece here. I'm going to unscrew it completely, and it's pretty much the screw that looks like this. All right. And the way it works is this piece right here. I'm sorry, it needs to focus. There is a spring, and there is a little divot where literally you're going to put this through here, and the screw that you have on here is going to land on this piece here, and this spring here basically spring loads and tightens it like so, like this. And this piece here goes in between let me kind of get it in the way here. It goes in between these slidey things. How awesome is that? Okay, and this piece here, it literally drops in like this, and this piece connects on the side, like so. Okay. All right, so I'm gonna quickly show you guys how to form one of these pieces together. So you need pretty much, look at the instructions, because obviously the instructions is gonna show you how to do it. But really easy. So I'm gonna grab one of the long pieces. This is one of the legs, the stand for the height, right? And this is the bottom piece for it. So the way it's gonna connect is gonna connect like this in the corner here, and we're gonna put one of these guys in here, right? And then this guy. Make sure that this, with the divot, is pointing upwards. And you're gonna slide it in between here, right? And you're gonna put it in. Insert. All right, and then once you have it in place, it can slide up and down, right? Make sure it's flush on the floor here. And again, the most important thing here is if you have a finish, make sure the finish is facing you guys, okay? So this is you guys are looking into the front here, all right? So make sure that that is in place. And I am going to screw this down, okay? I am going to do a like kind of a semi light tightening, and I'm gonna go through and tighten everything once it's all in place. So this is it right here. See that? It's tightened, right? And that's in place. That is it right there, that one corner. You're gonna do the same thing for this corner, same thing with the other corners here, because pretty much all it is literally you're just stacking these guys here like so, like this. And I'm just showing you guys real quick here, like this, and you're building the leg up.
While you're putting this together, this should go in really smoothly. If there's any resistance to this, for example, like right now, you see how it's not screwing in correctly, it's because this screw here is not aligned to this. So what you want to do is you want to undo this, take this out, and as you can see, it's really hard to see here, but you see how that's not aligned? What you want to do is you want to make sure that that is centered as best as possible, because this right here is going to hook and lock it into place. So if it's like crooked or anything like that, it won't go smoothly, and I'll show you what I mean. As you can see here while I'm turning this here, it should be like really easy, no resistance, and it should lock in place. So you see how like there's no tug here? That's what you want. If there's anything loose here, then that means this is not centered or is not secured.
All right, so I found it really easy if you actually tilt the stand sideways and kind of build the stand sideways, just because where you're actually screwing into the connector areas, especially the big ones, it's in the bottom. So if you have it standing upright, it's really hard to get the very bottom. Like you can get the top, and when you actually try to flip it upside down, it's kind of flimsy. So if you actually have it on the side, you can build like kind of a wall up and then start putting it down and actually connecting every piece together before you're tightening it down. And then also make sure if you have a platform on these slidey, pieces here, they have to be up top, and the big connectors should be in the bottom side. I made the mistake of kind of keeping them together at one point, and I kind of adjusted that. All right, so this is just a great investment in terms of preventing scratches on the floor or just leveling purposes. These are just stand covers, and the bottom, I think you should get them. It's just to keep the stand somewhat leveled, and also like it just prevents you from scratching the floor. All right, so this is another tip for installing the plate or the cover on top and on the bottom. It's really difficult to kind of like eyeball or level this. So what I did was I slide the actual connector piece to approximately where the hole of the screw is, and then kind of like shimmy it out, and then put it back in and kind of adjust it with the Allen wrench, and then do it for all four corners, kind of slide it out, adjust it, put it back in. And I found that it's pretty fast, pretty easy that way. And then for the middle bar, make sure you don't tighten the bar completely, the brace area. That way you can slide the actual brace sideways, so that you can try to fit these screw holes, because it's almost like impossible if you're going to try to guess it.
All right, guys, and here it is all put together. nicely framed, and this is where the stand's going to be. It's not positioned correctly or anything like that. I just kind of threw it in place. But really happy with this. Shout out to Chris for helping me put the crossbars and putting the bottom piece there. I couldn't figure out how to do it in the AutoCAD program. So shout out to Chris, and then also Fritz Thor Engineering for manufacturing it and getting it shipped out here. So again, if you guys want me to make another video in terms of the process, how to order one of these guys, let me know in the comments below. I can definitely do this. But anyways, this is a quick how-to video to put a aluminum T-slotted stand together. All right, guys, peace. Are you looking to take on the next challenge in the Planet Tank hobby? Then make sure to check out the Purely Aquatic Wabikusa Eco Ball. It's simple, unique, and easy to care for. This is the next level in the Planet Tank hobby, blending immerse and submerge plants together. Stop by the store at purelyaquatic.com to buy your own Eco Ball and rare plants.